Thailand, Sawadi. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask for your indulgence for the Ramoy, the Wak crew, the tradition of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, Fights Are Us and Westside Promotions proudly present our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, on the site where legends are made, the Empire Theatre in the heartland of Windsor, Melbourne, Australia. Let's get ready to rumble! Our main event of the evening, 6 rounds in the welterweight division, freestyle kickboxing. Truly an international contest, and we thank Mr. Song Chai on behalf of Pat Christophe. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome back to Australia, occupying the blue corner. Last year at Melbourne's Crown Casino Entertainment Complex, a Derek Solich program, he beat the Manchester Machine, Chris Allen. He comes back to Melbourne with a record of 62 bouts, 51 wins, 2 draws, 9 losses, 15 big wins coming by way of knockout. From Saw, Muang Gabol, in the heartland of Thailand, scaling 69.35 kilograms, blue, white and red trunks, bringing his country's pride, would you welcome Sawadi Nungtrakan. And across the ring on my left, occupying the red corner. Last time in this ring, he destroyed Queensland's Bruce McPhee. 3 years ago, he captured the WAKO, World Association Kickboxing Organization's World Super Lightweight Championship at Melbourne's Festival Hall. 25 bouts, 22 wins, 2 losses, 10 big wins. coming by way of knockout, managed by Pat Christophe, part of the Jamal Hassan Academy. Would you welcome world champ, Baris Nezif! Wearing the Turkish colours of white with red. Price bet whistle, 6 rounds, freestyle rules in effect. Our main event of the evening.
Are you both aware of the rules? Ancho goal. Ancho shot. Right. Okay. Both understand the rules. Touch gloves now in the last round. Okay, good luck.
Michael Chavello ringside with Mark the Hammer Castanini. The time for talk is over. Our main event scheduled for 6x2 welterweight division between Nungtrakan all the way from Thailand and our own world champion Baris Nezif. This should be a cracker, Hammer.
Well, certainly should be, Michael. Nungtrakan, Baris Nezif will want to jump on Nungtrakan early because once he gets going, it's going to be very interesting. But the Thai is renowned for starting slow, of course. First couple of rounds, they always like to pace themselves. Baris is going to want to jump on it early and try and get things happening. But this Thai, it will be hard as steel, hard as iron. Well-conditioned athlete.
Baris Nezif, the red-white tasseled trunks. Nungtrakan, the blue and pink. Of course, last year at the Crown Casino, Nungtrakan defeated the Manchester Machine, Chris Allen. In this fight, Nungtrakan will be without his knees and elbows as Baris Nezif just clubs away to the body, goes for an outside leg kick to the rear of the left thigh. Nungtrakan, like most Thais, a southpaw fighter. And as Mark said, a very hard, well-conditioned athlete. Look out in particular for the round kick to the ribs by Nungtrakan. Baris Nezif, of course, one of the best kickers in Australia and probably the biggest test of Baris's career so far. Fights R Us Promotions have done it once again, folks.
Well, certainly, Michael, Baris will have it in when it comes to the hand department. I'd have to say that Baris will have it. You can see the Thai fighter Nungtrakan there going for the grapple. He's not looking comfortable with these rules at all, Nungtrakan. He's wanting to get into the grappling and start to knee. That's why he's a bit tentative with his hands. But Baris should take full advantage of that and start to work those boxing skills.
Baris Nezif connecting with a nice right uppercut. Nezif then launches the high right round kick. Here comes Nungtrakan whipping that high round kick to the legs and the head. Nezif just forcing him back against the ropes. Nungtrakan ties him up. Your third man in centering, referee Bryce Birtwhistle separating both men. It's been a good even round so far. Nungtrakan just whipping away with the rear leg to the lead thigh. And there it is, the end of the first round of action, Hammer.
6x2 minute rounds this fight. And Nungtrakan really not getting going in that round. He's still a little bit tentative. Baris Nezif, rather, is really going to want to get in close and work those hands. Uppercuts, hooks are going to be the order of the day because in close, the Thai looking here really has not an idea on how to box on, and Baris, that's one area where I feel he certainly can take the advantage.
Last night at the weigh-in at Pat Christophe's Westside Gymnasium, Nungtrakan was overweight. He did take off almost a kilogram, so 68 kilograms is his official weight. 4 kilos, my word. He's had a square meal since he came to Melbourne. Things are tough in this city. Seconds out, round 2, seconds out.
We are ready to rumble in the second round of action. This one's scheduled for 6, a welterweight division. World champion Baris Nezif against Thailand's Nungtrakan. Of course, the world title not on the line tonight, but a lot of international pride definitely on the line here at the Empire Theatre. Nungtrakan launching that high left round kick. Baris comes over the top of the thumping right hand, clubs away to the body, does Nezif. Just forcing Nungtrakan back into the neutral corner. Well, Nezif certainly doesn't look intimidated at all by the Thai. Whipping high left round kick there by Nungtrakan. Nezif fires out the side kick off the left leg. Nungtrakan went for a sweeping inside leg kick, didn't quite find the mark.
Well, Nungtrakan actually calling Baris Nezif up. He's going to be one tough competitor. but he's not looking comfortable without not being able to grapple, as he gets a warning now for holding on, Nungtrakan. He needs to be punching a lot more the tie. He's simply relying on his kicks. Baris Nezif, alternatively, should be working and working those hands.
Baris Nezif looking very good so far here in the second round of action. Nungtrakan goes downstairs. Nezif just checks the kick. High left round kick there by Nungtrakan. Baris Nezif fires back a clubbing left hand. Nungtrakan just looking to his corner for instruction. Nungtrakan moving in, ties Baris up again. Trying to work the right round kick to the ribs was Nungtrakan. Works the high left round kick. Baris just caught it on the gloves. Another one there by Nungtrakan. Then fires out the straight left hand. Baris Nezif now waiting across the ring. Drops a couple of hands down to the bread basket. A nice inside leg kick there from Nezif. Just forcing Nungtrakan back against the ropes. Works the right uppercut. And another one there from Nezif. The crowd rallying behind Baris Nezif now in the second round. And there it is, the end of the second round of action. Hammer, how do you see that one?
Well, once again, another good round from Baris. He's pushing up, but it just seems to be getting into that grappling situation. Baris has got to want to pepper away those punches at range, work the jab, and then come down to downstairs into the midsection with the body shot. He's got to keep his arms long, keep punching long. He can't get into that situation where the tie is just going to tie him up.
Six, 105. Oh. Seconds out. Round 3, 6 for 104. Pakistan. Oh, on the ropes. Welcome. Come on, get behind Jake and Nungtrakan. Okay, round 3, scheduled for 6. Come on, raise the
We are rolling into the third round of action. Nungtrakan from Thailand, Baris Nezif. And we're sitting in the corner of Nungtrakan. His trainer telling him to chop away at the legs of Nezif. Nungtrakan on the front foot now. Nezif just sizes him up, tries to launch that high right round kick to the head. There's the legs from Nungtrakan. His trainer was telling him to unload. Here comes Nezif, the sweat flying off the brow of the Thai fighter.
That's exactly what Baris Nezif's got to do. He's got to punch at range, use his full extension as he tries the turning heel kick. It's not going to come off, too predictable for a Thai fighter. I tell you what, Baris has to get out of range, use a full extension. That's what he wants to do with his hands. Don't get into any kicking duels with the Thai, but I tell you what, to date, Baris's checking, Michael, has been absolutely spot on.
Baris's defences have been very tight as Nungtrakan starts to unload some of their heavy artillery here in the third round. Baris Nezif's launching that high right round kick to the head. Fires out an uppercut that just came close, but no cigar. Another right uppercut there from Baris, turns him around the blue corner. Nungtrakan looks at the right hand coming. Baris just drops the right hand to the ribs, followed by a leg kick to the ribs. Nungtrakan ties him up. Baris working out that right uppercut. Nice right round kick to the side of the neck there by Nungtrakan. Caught him sweetly. Well, Nungtrakan's gotten off a few good shots in this round, but he hasn't phased Nezif so far. Inside leg kick there by the Thai. A beautiful right uppercut by Baris Nezif, the world champion. Here he goes. Inside leg kick to the inside left thigh there by Nezif. And Nungtrakan just sweeps him down to the canvas with a well-executed leg kick to the outside left thigh. That was nicely done by the Thai hammer.
Well, the Thais, they're continually thinking, and his experienced fighter with just under 100 fights, Nungtrakan is certainly starting to come of age now, getting a bit more comfortable with the rules. However, for my liking, Baris Nezif still landing more clean shots. The hands, the uppercuts and the hooks of Baris Nezif, they've got to be scoring for him, Michael. And for mine, Nungtrakan is really going to have to pick up the pace if he wants to take Nezif out, because Nezif is just more complete under these rules.
Thank you, Baris. Segments out. Round 4. Thank you, Brian. Okay, come on.
Let's get on in the 4th round of action. We're scheduled for 6 welterweight division. Baris Nezif of Australia, Nungtrakan of Thailand. Nezif opens up with a high right round kick to the head. Nungtrakan going downstairs. Nezif just checking the kicks yet again. Another low leg kick and another one there by Nungtrakan. Here comes Baris Nezif chopping away to the breadbasket. There's that beautiful right uppercut from Nezif. He is giving it back to the Thai. Baris Nezif showing no respect whatsoever for Nungtrakan. And Bryce Birtwistle just warning the Thai not to pull in the head, not to grapple. Of course, no knees, no elbows in this fight. It is kickboxing freestyle rules. Nungtrakan needs to pick up the work rate. He needs to start to unload some of that heavy artillery, especially to the legs and ribs. There's the high left round kick by the Thai. Nezif does not want to move back an inch. A beautiful round kick to the ribs there by Nungtrakan. Nezif felt that one. Oh, the beautiful high left round kick there by Nungtrakan. Now he's starting to unload some of those heavier shots on Nezif.
Well, Nungtrakan now getting a warning. First warning, next warning will be a point off for holding. Of course, that's what he's going to be looking for, the Thai. How many years of his life has he been fighting under full Thai rules? This freestyle rules will certainly be like cutting his arm off, I suppose. He's just not used to fighting under freestyle rules. And they're going to want to, Nezif is going to want to have to stand back, but he has to be wary because that's where the range that the Thai's legs are going to come into.
Well, let's give credit to Baris Nezif, one of the most underrated fighters in the country. He is pulling out all the stops here tonight. He is taking it right up to Nungtrakan and not taking a step back in the process. An inside leg kick there by Nungtrakan to win the 4th round of action. How do you see it, Mark the Hammer?
Well, certainly both fighters are having a bit of a problem dealing with these rules. First of all, the Thai is continually getting into that grappling situation. Baris Nezif being frustrated and being tied up. He wants to get in close and unload the uppercuts, body shots. If he's being held, that's probably where he's going to want to be. But once again, he had it working well for him before, Baris Nezif, when he was firing those punches at range. But now he's just getting tied up, as both fighters tire. It's going to be increasingly difficult for Nezif to get off those long-range techniques.
Seconds out, round 5.
We're ready for the penultimate round of action, round 5 of 6. Baris Nezif against Nungtrakan of Thailand. It has been a cracker, brought to you by Fights R Us Promotions. Pat Christophe has done it once again. Baris Nezif just looking for the side kick off the ropes. This capacity crowd here at the Empire Theatre, all the action, Fights R Us, Pat Christophe, J. Mulcoon. And what a night of action it's been, climaxed by this, an international kickboxing feast. Nungtrakan whipping that left round kick off the rear leg. Nezif chopping away to the outside left thigh. Nungtrakan has to stay busy, has to start using his hands here, Mark.
Well, and Baris has got to start using his hands. Baris trying to chop away at the Thai's legs, but let me tell you, he might as well be kicking a steel post because the Thai won't be feeling any of those leg kicks. Where Baris will have the advantage is going to be in the hand department.
Comments from the former Australian cruiserweight Muay Thai champion Mark the Hammer Castanini. Baris Nezif just launching that whipping high right round kick. There's the beautiful right uppercut, just rocks back the head of the Thai fighter. Here comes Baris Nezif. Baris Nezif, all guns blazing here in the 5th round of action. Calls from Nungtrakan's corner to chop away at the legs. Will the Thai go downstairs? There he goes. Nezif checks it once again and responds with a leg kick of his own. Short right uppercut in close there from Baris Nezif.
Well, Baris is starting to find his game plan, working those uppercuts very well indeed. There's a thumping round kick from the tie. This is where Baris should be working his hand onto the inside, trying to land an uppercut, come over then with the hook. Easy for me to say, harder to do, obviously, when you're in there with a very tough opponent, the caliber of this tie.
There's the end of the 5th round of action. Baris Nezif, Nungtrakan just having eyes for each other there at the end of the round. We're in for a crackerjack 6th and final round, Hammer.
It's going right down the wire, this one. I'd have to say Baris Nezif landing some good solid shots, some good punching combos. The tie, however, is thrown in some heavy kicks, albeit checked by Baris Nezif. His checking has been a treat. But for mine, I'd have to say Baris Nezif just inching away. And all he has to do is remain solid and staunch in the last round. And I'd say this one's going to go to Baris.
Congratulations, Pat, and your team. And we come down to the final round of what has been an action-packed 8-fight card here at the Empire Theatre in Windsor. John from the Fastwave Agroponics will be presenting our trophy after our main event. Seconds out, 6th and final round.
Here we go, the 6th and final round of action. Both fighters touch gloves. For my liking, Hammer, Nungtrakan has to rip a knockout here in the final round to take this one. It's been all Baris Nezif so far. Nezif opens up the high right round kick. Nungtrakan just stalking him, trying to go downstairs and work those chopping leg kicks to the outside and inside thighs. Nezif the thunderous right hand. It'll make Nungtrakan wish he was someplace else. Nezif sizes him up. The right hand just missing on that occasion. Those leg kicks from Nezif. Nungtrakan chopping away with leg kicks of his own. A beautiful front kick there from Baris Nezif. That'll take the starch right out of Nungtrakan. Nungtrakan taunts him, calls him forward, says I've got a bit more for you. Here comes Nezif. They all tie up in the centre of the ring. The crowd rallying behind Baris Nezif. Can Nungtrakan pull a rabbit out of the hat? Can he produce a knockout in the final round? Or will Nezif take it? The high left round kick by Nungtrakan. Another one by Nungtrakan. Another one by Nungtrakan. He is on fire now. But Nezif responds with a right uppercut. They are going hell for leather here in the final round of action, Hammer.
Certainly are. This is a range that Baris has to be wary of because the tie's left leg kick is coming thundering in. Nezif guarding up a treat. He's got the tie worked out now and he's starting to get more and more comfortable as this fight goes along, Baris Nezif.
Baris Nezif all over Nungtrakan at the moment in the 6th and final round. The Empire Theatre is going absolutely bananas. A high right round kick by Nezif. Nungtrakan goes downstairs. They have given it their all for 6 rounds of action. Still squeezing out every last ounce of energy. There's Baris Nezif, that ironclad right uppercut. That's all, folks. It's all over. And for my liking, this one goes to the Aussie Hammer.
Certainly, Michael, take the knees away, and this one's gone to Baris Nezif. Worked out in the last round. He certainly put it all together, had it all worked out. And Baris Nezif and Nungtrakan, a little bit of hijinks there in the last round, but I'd have to say Nezif just scoring a little bit too highly on my scorecard. The tie not comfortable with the kickboxing rules. It's Thai boxing is his game. And Baris Nezif, what a great thinking effort from that fighter.
Well done, Mike Davidson. Ladies and gentlemen, by majority decision, your winner, red corner, Baris Nezif. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia is known for its great sportsmanship. And now I'm going to ask through interpreter yacht Nungtrakan a few questions about tonight's battle. Come on, give me a warm welcome back to Melbourne. He's a gallant warrior. Yacht, could you ask Nungtrakan, was he disappointed about the decision? Did he think it was fair and square?
I think very fair, but very hard for him to fight without knee and elbow. So very hard for him, but very fair.
Could you ask him, what did you think of Baris Nezif in world terms?
No. คิดว่าเขาเป็นฟูลไฟเตอร์เป็นคนที่ดีนะเป็นนักมวยที่ดีดีมากสำหรับประเทศนี้ He said Baris very good fighter in Australia.
Very good fighter in Australia. Does he think he's a truly good enough to be an international champion, world champion?
คิดว่าเขาเป็นสามารถเป็นนักมวยที่เป็นแชมป์เปี้ยนโลกที่ดีไหมก็คงเป็นแชมป์ที่ดีได้เพราะว่าเขาเก่ง Yeah, he's the best one in Australia. He everything. He beat Chris Allen before. He thought he gonna be easy one, but not.
Not tonight. Okay, thank you very much. Nungtrakan, somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, Baris Nezif, come on, give him a great welcome.
Hey, down everyone, guys. This is the most important bit when I get to say what I say. They're the best Thai fighters in the world with knees and elbows. No one can take that away from them. They're the best in the world in Thai fighting. I claim to be one of the best in the world in kickboxing. He came over here from Thailand to see if he could match me. He obviously thought he had a chance. He came overweight. I bet him my rules. So he's the best Thai and the best kickboxer. And if there's anyone else around the world who can think they could match me in kickboxing, I'm here and I'm ready. I just like to thank the people who, prepared me to come and fight. It's not easy to come up here and fight at this standard. I'd like to thank my trainer Jamal for training me. He made me. I'd like to thank my new manager Pat, who says he's going to take me places I've never been. Of course, I'd like to thank all my supporters here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Also, I'd like to thank Dr. Peter Lewis. Seriously, if there wasn't a doctor like him behind me, I don't think I'd be doing this sport. Thanks, Doc. Thank my whole corner. And again, I'd like to thank the crowd. I'd like to thank my wife. Thank you, and please support me again.
Jamal, we didn't miss anybody.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just listen to what I'm going to say and keep that in your mind, or even the fighters too. Please remember, the boys who train kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, or boxing, you always try to fight your own rules. Don't try to go other people's rules. We are doing kickboxing. And I'm not going to put this boy with the Thai boxing, with the Thai fighters. If the Thai world champion wants to fight with him, he fought with kickboxing, our rules. You remember what happened to Gurkhan? I trained for years and years kickboxing. What happened to me guys, Thai fighters? He's good for his style. He's good for his style. Okay, let's say Thai fighters good, Thai boxing, let's put Baris in Thai boxing. Now, what I can say, what about put Thai boxing with the boxers? Boxing, wrestling, Thai boxing, kickboxing, it's all different. So we are the best in kickboxing, and that's what Baris is doing. Thai fighter grabbed him, tied him up, and one more thing, this Thai fighter came to Australia, 75 kilo. Baris was 66 kilo. It's a weight difference too. So Baris also, after breaking his leg, he came back. This is his second fight. So Baris is one of the best in the world. Anybody you got in your mind in his weight, willing to fight him, Pat Christophe takes the responsibility of managing him. Please speak to Pat, and we're ready anytime. Just give us a couple of weeks to relax, and we'll come back. And I very, very appreciate it, and thank you very much. It was a full house today. I'm very happy seeing you people come down and support us. Thank you very much. You all deserve more than Baris. Thank you. Without you, Baris is nothing. Thanks for coming.
Pat, come across. Can you top that?
Once again, thanks everybody for coming. A special thank you to Mr. Somchai in Thailand. Thank you for sending down such a good opponent. And hey, that's all. Good night. See you next time.